I saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
Just want to be off the grid and, Puff is pretty persistent.
It's hard to believe how fast things are unraveling, but Kim Kardashian could be next in line for some serious legal trouble. Just when you thought things couldn't get messier, here comes a bombshell no one saw coming. After Diddy's shocking arrest on charges that shook Hollywood to its core, all eyes are now on Kassim. She's not handling it well. It seems like the walls are closing in, and people are starting to talk, bringing to light details that could change everything for her.
Controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
But let's back up a second. Diddy's arrest was huge. He's been facing accusations that go way beyond anything we've seen before. We're talking about charges involving trafficking and running some seriously shady operations, and the internet went wild when the news dropped. He was taken into custody in Manhattan, and people immediately started connecting the dots between Diddy and other big names in Hollywood. What's surprising, though, is just how deep Kim Kardashian's involvement goes. This isn't just a just will they party together a few times kind of thing. People are suggesting that Kim might have been more than just a guest at the SFP's notorious parties.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
So Diddy and Kim go way back, and their connection runs deeper than most of us realized. When news broke about Diddy's high-profile freak-off parties, where some very questionable things reportedly went down, a lot of people were shocked to learn that Kim was a regular attendee. These weren't just the typical celebrity gatherings with a little bit of drama, according to rumors. These events were on a whole different level. Some claim that illicit activities were taking place behind closed doors, and Kim was allegedly right in the middle of it all.
And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster.
The Kardashian family has always been part of the same social circles as Diddy. In fact, Khloe Kardashian has openly talked about attending one of Diddy's wild parties back in 2014. In a resume-faced clip from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she describes the night in detail, recalling how half the people there were naked, and how even Justin Bieber was in attendance at the time. Khloe's nonchalant attitude about the whole thing makes it clear that these parties weren't exactly secret. The Kardashians knew what they were walking into, and they were fine with it. But now, as things come crashing down, Kim seems to be the one bearing the brunt of the right involved.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
It's important to remember that while Diddy's arrest has brought new scrutiny on Hollywood's elites, this isn't the first time such scandals have rocked the entertainment industry. In fact, some insiders have suggested that Diddy's parties were an open secret for years, with many of Hollywood's most powerful figures fully aware of what was going on. This raises the question of how much of the industry was complicit in these activities, either by turning a blind eye or participating behind closed doors. If Kim was part of these inner circles, it's possible that her involvement goes back much further than people realize.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
For years, whispers of secret dealings and backdoor agreements have swirled around these powerful celebrities, and now it looks like the lid is finally being blown off. But what does this mean for Kim's future? If more evidence emerges connecting her to Diddy's alleged operations, it could tarnish not only her personal brand, but also her business ventures. The Kardashian empire is built on the idea of being relatable yet aspirational, but if these accusations prove to have any merit, that image could shatter overnight. It's one thing to be part of a scandal, but it's another to be involved in something as serious as what Diddy is facing.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of exert power and dominance over people who...
So legal and financial repercussions could be devastating for Kim, especially as she tries to establish herself in the world of law and prison reform. Hollywood is quick to turn its back on those involved in scandals of this magnitude, and Kim may find herself more isolated than ever if the tide continues to turn against her. And a lot of this stems from Kim's close connection to Diddy. They've been friends for years, and rumors are swirling that she was involved in more than just attending these parties. Some online sources have hinted at leaked footage from these events, implicating Kim in activities that could land her in serious legal trouble.
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
One now deleted post on X, formerly Twitter, even suggested that Kim was being investigated by the FBI for her role in these events. The post claimed that Kim had been using her influence to lure other high-profile figures into compromising situations at Diddy's parties, where they were filmed without their knowledge. Allegedly, these recordings were then used to manipulate or blackmail the individuals involved. If that's not enough, there's also speculation about Kim's former ties to Balenciaga, a luxury fashion brand that faced its own scandal last year. In 2022, Balenciaga was accused of featuring inappropriate imagery in one of its ad campaigns, which many Diddy saw as promoting disturbing themes. Despite the backlash, Kim stayed on as an ambassador for the brand, which only added fuel to the fire of the current rumors. People began digging into her associations and linking her involvement with Balenciaga to the unsavory activities at Diddy's parties. It's almost as if Kim's reputation is collapsing under the weight of all these connections.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Island.
And if there's one person who's been sounding the alarm for years, it's Ye. He's long been vocal about the dark side of Hollywood, and he's repeatedly mentioned the powerful figures pulling the strings behind the scenes. He hasn't held back when it comes to warning the world about Kim's involvement in what he calls the gatekeepers of the industry. He's dropped cryptic hints in interviews, suggesting that Kim is tied up in things that are far worse than most people realize. Many dismissed his claims as just another one of West's rants, but now, with Diddy's arrest and Kim's name being thrown around, some are starting to reconsider. Was you right all along?
Think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house?
West's warnings have become even more relevant as details from Diddy's case continue to emerge. So Diddy's been accused of running an operation where people were invited to these over-the-top parties, only to be caught in compromising situations that could be used against them later. According to reports, some of these guests were not there by choice, and the whole thing was orchestrated with precision. It's not hard to imagine how someone with Diddy's influence could use that kind of power to control people in Hollywood. And now, with the suggestion that Kim was not just present but actively involved in these operations, the stakes are higher than ever.
There are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see.
It's also important to mention Kim's ex, Ray J, who has his own stories to tell about Diddy's infamous gatherings. Ray J recently spoke out, saying that although he attended many of Diddy's parties, he never saw anything suspicious at the time. Claims that most people, himself and Mills, were simply there to have a good time and didn't realize what was really happening behind the scenes.
But that said, he has a long history of wildly inappropriate and bizarre behavior.
Ray J's statements are interesting because they paint a picture of how well hidden Diddy's alleged activities were from the public eye and even from those who were in attendance. Still, the fact that Kim has distanced herself from Diddy in recent months, unfollowing him on social media just before the raids on his properties, raises eyebrows. That it's almost like she saw the writing on the wall and wanted to get out before things exploded.
So don't ever say nothing negative. If you don't like my page and don't like what I'm posting, go yourself. Seriously.
But distancing herself now might be too little, too late. The legal heat is on, and the rumors about Kim's potential involvement are spreading like wildfire. Some insiders have even speculated that Kim might be the next big name to face charges, especially as more details come out about Diddy's arrest. It's not just about attending parties anymore. There are claims that Kim might have played an active role in some of the alleged schemes, including financial fraud and manipulation. For Kim, this couldn't have come at a worse time. She's been trying to rebuild her image, especially after her high-profile divorce from Ye. She's also focused on her legal career, studying to become a lawyer and taking steps toward prison reform. But this new wave of accusations threatens to derail everything she's worked for. If the rumors are true, and there is evidence linking her to Diddy's crimes, her future could be in serious jeopardy. It's a far cry from the glamorous image she's worked so hard to maintain over the years.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
So what does the future hold for Kim Kardashian? Right now, it's hard to say. But one thing is clear, the scandal is far from over. With Diddy's trial looming and more people coming forward with stories about what Weishart went on at his parties, the blowout could be massive. It's possible that other celebrities will be implicated and Kim's name could be dragged even further through the mud. Hollywood is watching closely, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Diddy's arrest has opened a can of worms, and it seems like every day brings new revelations. While Diddy is fighting to clear his name, many wonder how deep the rabbit hole goes. His legal team is adamant that he's innocent, but the charges against him are serious, and the evidence seems to be piling up. The fact that authorities raided his homes in both Los Angeles and Miami shows that this investigation is no joke. There are even rumors that more high-profile figures could be caught up in this scandal as it unfolds. At this point, we can only wait and see what happens next. The trial could bring even more shocking details to light, and if Kim is as involved as some suggest, it won't be long before. She's facing legal trouble of her own. Whether or not these accusations are true, one thing is certain: the Kardashian empire is facing one of its biggest challenges yet. Kim has built a brand that's synonymous with wealth, power, and influence, but this scandal could bring it all crashing down. So what do you think? Could Kim Kardashian be hiding more than we know, or is she just another victim of Hollywood's dark side? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this explosive story.